Ever wonder why some people just seem to have that magnetic pull? Like they walk into a room and suddenly every orbit shifts. People lean in, hang on their words, say weird things like, I'd follow her into battle. And you're standing there thinking, I can't even get my intern to respond to my email. That is what is called charisma, the real kind. Not forced smiles or NLP approved eye contact. I'm talking about the unteachable looking presence that makes people want to drop what they're doing and follow you into whatever fire you're building. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think that charisma is something that you're born with. You either came out of the womb charming or you didn't. That's wrong. My business has been studying the most influential people on the planet, and here's what I can tell you with certainty. Charisma isn't a genetic gift. Charisma is a skill. And if you got the guts to work at it, you can build it. Let me show you how. I was advising a brilliant CTO recently, quiet, reserved, deeply smart. And he said to me, people keep saying that they'd follow me if I left the company. I don't get it, but it's nice to hear. This man was walking around like a nuclear reactor of leadership potential and didn't even know it. That's when it hit me. Most high performers have no idea what makes them charismatic. They're sitting on a loaded weapon of influence and they've left the safety on. Let's look at a few who turned it all the way up. Steve Jobs. You think he got buy-in because of his warm personality? No, he had gravitational pull. Engineer Andy Hertzfeld said when Steve locked in on you, you didn't just agree, you converted. Richard Branson. People take pilgrimages to the islands just to be in his presence. Why? Because he makes you feel like you matter. He remembers your name. He remembers your story and somehow convinces you that you are the reason Virgin exists. That's the trick. These people didn't get lucky. They mastered 3 core elements, which, lucky for you, I'm about to break down for you. So let's go. Element number 1 is presence. This one's simple and brutally rare. Charismatic people are fully, totally, almost uncomfortably present. They're not checking their phone. They're not scanning for someone more important over your shoulder. They don't half listen while mentally ordering DoorDash. They're with you, and it's jarring in the best way. Bill Clinton was famous for this. George Stephanopoulos would say, when Clinton locks in on you, you feel like the only person in the universe. You want to build it? Put your damn phone away. Look people in the eye. Actually listen. Ask a follow-up question that proves you heard them. Use their name, but not like some weird robot at a sales conference. Make people feel seen, and they'll want more of you. Element number 2 is conviction. Here's where most people fall apart. They want to be liked more than they want to lead. Charismatic leaders, they believe in what they're saying. They're not hedging. They're not waiting for somebody to nod. They walk in like, we're building this or dying trying. Think Phil Knight. Before Nike was a global empire, he was selling running shoes out of the trunk of his car. No money, no brand recognition, just a logo his college buddy drew for $35. When he talked about Nike, he spoke like it was already a cultural force, like athletes needed what he was building, even though at the time nobody knew who the hell he was. To this conviction, know what you stand for. Say it without apology. Stop looking around before you speak. And don't fold just because somebody raises an eyebrow. When it's real, people feel it. Element number 3, connection. This is the human side of charisma. The part where people say, I don't just trust you, I like you. It's not about being everybody's buddy, it's about making people feel like they matter. Oprah is the master of this. While backstage on her set, her producer said to me, she connects with everyone, from the janitor to the exec. She makes you feel seen, remembered, and valued. And then I experienced it firsthand. Want to build this? Find common ground, fast. Listen before you speak. Remember people's names and stories. And when you compliment someone, make it specific. Don't say, great job. Say, the way you handled that client's meltdown, world class. Connection is what makes charisma stick. Now, Here's the $1,000,000 punchline. The type of charisma that works for you has to be authentic to who you are. I've worked with 2 different CEOs in the same company, completely different. One was loud and hilarious and fills a room like a live band. The other, quiet, deliberate, asked killer questions and says very little. Guess what? Both had teams that would run through walls for them. Both had followings that felt borderline cultish. Both were wildly charismatic. The difference wasn't their volume, it was their authenticity. Gandhi and Churchill didn't have the same style, but both had unshakable presence and followings that outlived them. Charisma isn't about copying somebody else's game. It's about owning yours completely. So here's your Darren Daily challenge. Open up your Darren Daily journal and answer these 3 questions. Number 1, when are people most drawn to me? What am I doing in those moments? Number 2, what unique qualities have others thanked me for or pointed out repeatedly? And number 3, which of these 3 elements, presence, conviction, or connection, feels most natural to me? You see, that's your entry point. Because, and hear this now, charisma isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming more of it. The world doesn't need another TED talker with perfect posture. It needs you, flawsome, unfiltered, tuned in, and ready to lead. So tell us in the comments, which of these 3 will you focus on first? It's time to turn up your magnetism.